Day in the life of BBS boys, man. You know what it is, man. DJ Thorough, man. We're gonna go talk to my guy, Mr. Guy Woods, the owner of 5001 Flavors. When you see your favorite artist with some fly gear on, he did it 9 times out of 10. Day in the life of BBS boys, DJ Thorough. Let's go. We rolling. You know what it is, man. It's DJ Thorough, man. It's a day in the life of the BBS boys. I'm sitting here with the world famous fashion designer, Guy Woods. Before we get started, I would like to know, my viewers like to know, where'd you get your start?
I got my start just on the industry parties.
Okay.
And being fly. Or being, different. So people was trying to gravitate to what I was wearing. So then I saw that as an opportunity to start a business. Guy asked me where did I get my shirt from. I told him I made it. And then
right.
30 years later, we here.
Right. Where you from?
I'm from Harlem.
Harlem. They say that's where that's the home of the drip. That's the home of the fly. That's the home of where it all started.
Truly.
Now, everybody's inspired by somebody. Mm-hmm. Where did you get your inspiration from?
The older cats, the cats that were getting a lot of money.
Right.
So I would watch how they dressed, and then I would try to go home and figure out what I had in my closet that was close.
That was close to that?
What he had on.
Right.
And then I started realizing, let me go buy that cardigan sweater. Let me go buy that mock neck. Or let me, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I stopped dressing like a little kid and dressed like a young man.
Right. Now you come from the era where I call it, like now it's the mannequin era. Everybody dresses like the mannequin.
Right.
You chose not to dress like a mannequin. You put it, you had to go here to get this, go here to get this, and go here to get that. Like, what was that experience like?
Oh, it was like a treasure hunt.
Right.
Because, due to the money situation, you couldn't really buy the mannequin.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you would get the shirt, you get the best piece off the mannequin.
Right.
And then you try to emulate the pants from somewhere else.
Right.
My mom's was a seamstress, so she would make me a lot of the stuff that I would wear.
Right. Now, that was my next question. How did you get into the actual sewing actually making it? Because it's one thing to want to do something, but you have to have the skill trait to be able to do it. Where'd you get that from?
My mom's. My mom's was a seamstress part-time.
Okay.
So what she would do is she would make costumes for plays and for different things and do alterations for people's clothing.
Right.
So every Saturday she would be like, come with me to pick out some fabric and a pattern. And that was the worst. But I did it.
Right.
And then she started to keep me occupied and not be bored. She was like, yo, well, pick out some fabric and I'll make you something.
Mm.
So then I started touching the fabric and knowing. She would say, no, that's too heavy, or that's too thin for pants, or that's this. And then she would make it for me.
Right.
So when I wear it to school, the response was crazy. The girls loved it. So I was like, oh. I ain't tell none of my friends.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I just would have tailor-made clothes on.
Right.
And I was a chubby dude, so I needed it.
Thanks to moms, man. So basically, she was teaching you without you even realizing it.
Truly.
Right.
And I didn't realize that until years later in an interview, someone asked me the same question. How did you get started?
Right.
And I was like, wow, that's really where I got started from. Saturday, going to Woolworths or going to Delancey Street, picking out fabric.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Now, at what point, how long did it take you from the point to where you were rocking your own tailor-made and custom clothing to people asking you to do it for them? Like
that was pretty quick. What happened was I met my head tailor, Ralphie, and we vibed.
Right.
And he was making my stuff. And then I noticed that people were looking at me and it was a vibe. So I said, you know what? I might have something here.
Right.
So one guy asked me where I got my shirt from. I told him I made it.
Right.
Knowing that I got the guy to make it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we exchanged numbers. He got the shirt made. And that's how my business started.
So would you say that was your first customer?
That was my
do you
first.
Remember
no, I do not remember that brother's name.
We got to find that guy.
Yeah, and
that's legendary.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. And so I always tell people that if I would have told the guy it was a Versace shirt, cap, they would have been like, I wouldn't have been here.
Right.
So I was honest. I was in the moment, and I saw an opportunity.
Right.
That's the key to starting my business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was honest, I was ready, I was prepared.
5001 Flavors.
Right.
When did you create that company? How did you come up with that name? What is the meaning of that name?
5001 flavors is just, at that point, 5,000, like there was 31 flavors at Baskin Robbins.
Right. I get
So we was drawing on paper, figuring out a name. I said, yo, why don't we just be 5,000 flavors? And my man said, what about 5,001? I said, that's it.
That's it, right?
5,001 flavors. Right. And that's how it
Now,
began.
do you really have 5,001 flavors?
I got 10,000,007 flavors.
10,000,007 flavors?
Yes, man. I got flavor for anybody who wants.
Now, let's get over to the branching of getting into the entertainment with artists, actors. Who was your first entertainer that approached you to make something?
The first guy I got was Eric Gable.
Okay.
Eric Gable was a R&B singer out of New Orleans.
Okay.
He was big under the same umbrella, Hush Productions. He was under Freddie Jackson and all of them.
What year was this?
This got to be like 92.
92?
Late 91.
Nice.
Early 92.
Okay.
I met him in a club.
Right. You were looking fly, I'm assuming.
I was fly. but my whole thing was I was different.
Right.
I was different. I was fly, but I wasn't like everybody else in that club had on Timberland boots.
Right. Don't knock the Timberland though. But
no, but my thing is, how do you get noticed?
Right.
If everyone has on Timbs, how can you notice?
How can you notice?
How you could be noticed, especially if I sell clothes.
Right.
So I got to do something that makes me stand out.
Right.
So I think I might have had cowboy boots on.
Oh damn.
Like alligator or lizard or something. It was a skin.
You definitely standing out with that.
But busted, I had a Pele on.
Okay.
A denim shirt, a pair of denim jeans, and like a Mets fitted.
Right.
But my jacket was like royal blue and brown. So the royal blue hat with the orange, it all went together.
It all went together.
So when you look at me, I look just like everybody in the club. You look down and you're like, what are those?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But the key was, that's what attracted him to me.
Right.
He was like, yo, what do you do? Because I was telling him, I said, yo, you owe me some money. He said, I said, yo, you look just like this guy that my girl wanted to go see, and the guy never showed.
Right.
So he was like, he started explaining to me about promotion, how they don't pay you the back end. So I'm listening to him. I said, but if I ever see that guy, I'm going to clock him. I knew that was him.
Right, you knew.
But I didn't want to jump on him like that.
Right.
So he was like, yo, not for nothing, I am Eric Gable. I said, you look just, you owe me some money.
Right.
So we laughed. I bought him a drink, and we just started kicking it. We was talking.
Right.
He was from New Orleans. He didn't know anybody in Harlem.
Right.
I started introducing him to a few ladies, and we started hanging out. He said, yo, every time I come, he see me different.
Right.
He was like, yo, I like your style, B. I said, thank you. He said, yo, you could be my stylist. I said, stylist? What is a stylist? He said, that's somebody they pay to go shop. I said, they pay you? Because all my life, I would shop for my friends.
Right.
And they'll let me keep the change.
Right.
All my dudes was in the streets.
Right.
So now I'm shopping for them. We go to the party. I got on Gators. I don't sell nothing but threads. I'm a stylist. I didn't know about a stylist.
Right.
I was a shorty. That's what they call that. When you run and go
to the store and do this.
Yeah, that was my job, to
your
keep the crew fly.
Right.
And stay away from the rest, the dirty business.
The dirty business, right.
So when I learned that you could really get paid, I said, I've been a stylist my whole life.
Facts. Right.
Like I used to go down to all these stores and buy like stuff for my guys.
Right.
Back in the early 80s.
Right. Not knowing you was a stylist.
Not knowing. So once he put a name to it,
right.
I did we had a video, a photo shoot. I did the photo shoot.
Okay.
I bought all these clothes from a store that I shopped at in Jersey. Left my credit card. They let me pull all these clothes. I might have had like $20,000 worth of clothes. I come to the set. They love it. They like, yo, you his stylist. I said, okay. I think they might have gave me $3,500 for that day.
For that day. That was good. That's good now.
I went back to my job and was looking at people differently.
You hiring?
Yo, me. I was so gassed. Yo, my wife said, yo, when you quit? And I said, I already did. I quit. So that's it. That's a tax return.
Right.
Like you didn't see $3,500 at one time unless it was a tax return.
Right. No, you're right.
A job, dude. So I was like, yo, B, I got something here.
Right.
So from him, I went to Heavy D. I did to Prince Marky D.
Right.
Everybody who was big like me and needed help,
Right.
oh, I target them.
Right.
So now, here comes Biggie Small.
I was about to say, let's get into
Yeah,
this.
yeah. So after I did Heavy and Puff saw what I could do with Hev,
Right.
I put Hev in leather pants, leather pea coat.
Right.
He had it before Biggie.
Right. Now hold on. We talking about Biggie, so we can't be modest with this. What was your first encounter with Biggie? Like even leading up to that, like how did you realize you were gonna make something for Biggie? And was he big like he was at the time?
Yeah, he was big in stature, but he was just a humble kid.
Right.
He was like, you know. And Puff was animated. Yo, I want him to be the biggest drug dealer looking. Yo, I want him, I want him to look like how you looked when you came in the office. Because they was looking at me like I was crazy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The first meeting, I think I might have had on purple and brown. They was looking at me like, where do purple? But the shoes were purple and brown. It made everything.
Right.
The next time I came to Bad Boy, which wasn't even Bad Boy, it was Uptown Records at the time.
Okay.
There was no Bad Boy. I had on a hockey jersey, Tim's, and some shorts. Because I said, yo, I got to fit the part of the industry. I can't be so far. I look like a number runner.
Right.
They keep calling me Pops. Like, I'm not that old. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got to figure out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because your look is everything.
Right.
So I got to fit in.
Right.
So here come the hoodie, the baseball hat backwards,
right.
The vibe, the Timbs, the Timbs, the uniform. I gotta wear the uniform because I'm not gonna get in the door with this purple and brown outfit, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They looking at me like, yo, we see what he got on, but what he gonna pull out that bag?
Right.
So the stuff I pulled out the bag made sense. It was leather jerseys, leather hockeys, leather shorts.
Right.
Anything that you was wearing, I would take it to leather.
To leather, right.
Because that was the ultimate.
Right.
That was the game.
Right. Now, at that time, we talking early 90s, correct?
Yeah,
So
early
then
90s.
At that point, we had what? Walkaway,
Yeah.
Cross Color,
Carl Kanai. Yeah.
You know, I'm missing something.
Yeah, there was Shabazz
Brothers.
Dada, Fubu.
Dada, Mecca.
Yeah.
I'm on roll now.
Yeah.
Kelly Hansen. I'm rolling now. Come on, baby. I'm rolling, baby.
Tommy
Hilfiger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Jabot.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and through all of that, your motto was still, don't fit in, stand out.
Yes, because that's the only way I'm gonna crack into this industry.
Right.
If I look or sell the stuff that everybody else is selling, then what's the use of me?
What's the use of you? Right.
What was asked at me one time in a meeting, they was like, why do I need to buy clothes from you when I could get clothes from Walkerwear, Carl Kanai, everybody, they'll send it to me for free. I said, you were going to look like everyone else.
Right.
I said, when you put your artist on the stage, you want to look in the audience and see somebody else have the same outfit?
Right.
The only thing they doing is sending you the stuff that hasn't dropped yet, so they have it first. But at the end of the day, everybody looks the same.
Right.
You can create an artist with me, with custom.
With custom.
But if I didn't do that, I would have been out the game.
Right. So is it fair to say that your status is, I try to do one-of-ones?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
One-of-ones. Yeah, you're the only one with this.
Yeah, one-of-ones.
One-of-ones.
I don't bring pictures of other people that have done. I ask you, what do you want?
Right.
Because at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what I've done last week.
Right.
What do you want?
What do
you can show me that I could do that, but I can't do that for you. I already did that for Thorough.
Right.
I did that for Rakim. I did that for whoever.
Right.
You understand me? I need to give you your own look.
Right.
It can be inspired by that.
Right.
But that keeps me dope, keeps you dope, because now you fit in, and now you gotta mind you, all these are artists, so they have to have their own imagery,
right.
Their own vibe.
Right.
So although we might use that person, like we'll say Versace, Biggie never wore Versace. Maybe the cologne or the glasses, that's it.
Right.
All that stuff was 5001. That was never Versace.
Wow.
Versace, all these brands did not think that their clothes looked good on us.
Right, that's a fact. It wasn't made for us.
Yeah, it wasn't made for us, wasn't made for big guys.
Right.
I just, for 20 years, I said they're bugging. The people that could really afford it are big guys.
Right.
but from our community. They're
Right.
football, basketball players, they're athletes, or they're getting a lot of money and they're fat.
Right.
You understand me? But that's a whole market that they didn't even want.
Right.
So that's great for me because now I'm making all this stuff for the artists.
Right.
And they can scream whatever they want to scream it, what it is.
Right.
You understand me? Biggie never said 5001. He just Versace.
Right.
And I was good with that.
He was good with
because the check said 5001.
5001.
So
wow. See, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That you just taught me something.
Yeah. It's all a dream.
It was all.
It's all a dream.
He's sharp.
Yeah, no, but
I like this guy.
No, but what it is, me and Biggie would sit down and map out his next 5 shows or his next 4 videos.
Right.
And I would have the Gators already, and then we save that for DC, save this for save this for Detroit.
Pink Gators.
Yeah, all that was planned.
That's right.
So he got the shoes in his house. We already purchased the shoes. Now we putting the outfits together.
Right. Wow.
Salmon, Gators, you know what I'm saying? All that, all these vibes is coming right out of Harlem.
Right out of Harlem. Right.
Right out of 122nd Street.
Right.
8 West.
8 West. I like the plug. There it is. As you should.
Yeah, nah, truly,
As you should.
truly.
Now, everybody knows that fashion is synonymous with cars.
Right.
Let's talk about the cars because we are the BBS boys. You know how we do.
Yes.
Now, when you had these fly clothes, did you have the car to go with it?
At those times, yes, I had numerous cars.
Okay. You remember your first fly car, so to speak? Or what was your first joint?
I mean, my first car that I got once I got into the music industry, fashion, was a Land Cruiser.
Land Cruiser. Who's the kid up in the green land? Shout out to Bird, man. Bird got the Land Cruiser.
Yeah, word. Green Land Cruiser I had. Then from there I bought a
So Raekwon was talking about you. Who's the kid up in the green land?
Probably.
Right?
When he had that 600.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh,
he had that 600 coupe.
Damn, I didn't know that. I just learned something.
Yeah, nah, truly.
But you had the Land Cruiser.
I had the Land Cruiser. Then I bought a BMW 325 convertible. Then I went crazy. I bought Benzes, Prowler, freaking. I might have had I had a lot of cars at that time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it was always I would put it together like an outfit.
I was gonna go there because I still do this to this day. Whatever color car I got, I'm gonna match it. I'm gonna match with the car. Like to this day I do that.
But that's how I see cars.
Right.
So what happened was I was able to get any car I wanted, but when I pull up, the artist would have the same car. So I'm like, you know what? Let me start dabbling into something different. Let me figure this out. So I bought a vintage SL.
Okay.
But before that, I might have had a few American cars.
Right.
Like I would have a T-Bird, 66 T-Bird.
Okay.
And I two-tone it, put 20s on it, and change the interior.
Right.
But that was an American car. And then what I would do is I had 2 Lincolns. I had a drop top and a hard top Lincoln.
What year?
61.
61? Okay.
61s.
Nice.
Suicide doors.
Damn, suicide. The 4-door suicide door.
Yeah,
that's
white. One was white, one was black. And the convertible was white. And I had the spokes and the Vogue tires on it.
Right.
Then I met a few cats who had muscle cars.
Right.
So then I was like, you know what? That's cool, but those cars cost crazy money to put them together. I started dabbling in Euros.
Right.
So I bought an SL, like an 85 SL, maybe about 15 years ago.
Okay.
And I love the fact that you could drive it every day, and you was getting a response that you like as a new car.
As a new car, right.
You're getting the same love.
Right.
So I said, I like this. So I started collecting Euro classics.
Right.
Then that's when you know what I'm saying? And I was putting them together like outfits.
Right.
So if it was champagne with a brown interior, brown top, I would put the champagne spokes on it, or then I put the champagne BBSs on it.
Details.
You know what I'm saying?
Same approach as you do with fashion.
Exactly.
Right.
Same need to details.
Right.
I saw you guys online.
Okay.
I always seen your cars in Harlem.
Right.
Never knew who you were.
Right.
Just always see them parked.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when I got the chance to meet you, I said, "Oh, this brother's on the same page that I'm on."
Right.
Love.
Love.
Then followed you. Then I met Reg.
Right.
Watching y'all on the gram on the highway, going in and out, doing photo shoots, and I said, "Yo, I can't wait for next summer so I could bring." Because the only thing I used to do is bring my car to the city, park it in front of my store, and go to work.
And then go to work. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now I got some brothers that's into the same thing I'm into.
Right.
And it's a movement.
And it's a positive vibe.
Yeah, it's a super positive vibe. Everybody's good. Everybody's entrepreneur, young, making money, and we all into the same stuff.
Right.
So it's a vibe now.
Right.
This is before it caught on to everybody.
Right.
And I had BBSs all through the 80s.
Right.
So now that y'all going BBSs, I'm like, oh, that's my thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. My thing with the BBSs and just the Euro culture and doing those cars from the 80s and 90s. Like when I go to Cali, like Cali's culture is embedded. Everybody knows it's low riders. it's Chevys, and it's spokes. That's their culture. You know you in Cali. Like that's a Cali car.
Right.
And I was always like, what's a New York car? Well, New York car is the 80s, 90s. It's on Beebs.
Yeah.
And even before I bought those Saabs, when I watched the movie Paid in Full, I was like, why nobody got this car? Like, how nobody's riding around with this car? That's one of the main reasons I did that.
No,
you know what I mean?
Truly, I get it. And I mean, you do it up. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like, me too, I was like, yo, let me, and also I'm going back to get the cars I couldn't get when I was young.
Right. I got to say this, because speaking of that, and because I'm very proud of this, my dream car was always a S600. And I finally
got yes, and you got that.
I always wanted that car. And the crazy thing is, I had all the new S-Class CLs. Nothing compares to the W140, the 90s. Truly. And I never could get it and I finally got it. So that's like my bucket list.
Yeah,
if I don't get another car, I'm cool.
Yeah, I had that car in '98.
Right. I know.
You know what I'm saying?
So
like that, when like the cars that I obtained, I never went back for.
Right.
I only went back for the cars that I couldn't get.
You couldn't get.
Like I felt like they got away from me.
Right. Now,
so 190s. I got a 190, a CE convertible, an 850. All these cars were untouchable when they came out. They were $100,000, $75,000. Right. Back then I'm driving Honda. I'm driving Volkswagen. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Aspirations of having that.
Right.
But SLs, like when I saw an SL as a kid, I said, that person has to be rich.
It has to be rich. And they were.
Two seats?
Most of them, they were.
Where you going to put
regardless of how they was getting it, it was rich. Because you had to be a doctor, a lawyer, in the street, or an athlete to get that.
Yes.
Average workers can't afford that.
And you know what's so funny? I was driving my friend's car. He was a boxer, Mark Breland.
Okay.
He was a boxer, and he was an Olympic champion.
Right.
So one day, he let me take his car uptown.
Oh,
he was going to do something. He said, yo, take my car uptown and leave it in your garage. I said, okay, cool. I didn't think nothing of it. Right. That shit changed my life.
I'm sure it did.
I'm driving an 84 Gold SL uptown.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I did not park that car till like 9:30 in the morning. He was already paging me to bring it back. I'm like, yo, how I'm going to bring this man his car back and the hood is still warm? I drove that motherfucker all night.
Wow.
So now when I'm at a show in Atlantic City and I'm going there with my friends, they're going to buy muscle cars.
Right.
So I said, yeah, I'll come with you. This comes across the showroom, the dance stage, and he's like, yo, an 85 SL. I said, oh, there she go. And it's gold. I said, it just brought back memories. It's like a song.
Right.
An outfit, a shoe. You see a Playboy, you see a British Walker, you say, damn, I remember I wanted the Bally's. I remember
it's a
wanting
connection.
One. Exactly.
Right.
So when that car went by, I said, I need to have that car. I talked to the owner, worked it out, and I got that car.
You got it.
But that opened up addiction that I did not know that I had. You know what I'm saying? Yo,
right.
I got to have every car that ever went past
Now,
me.
speaking of which, is there still a dream car that you haven't had? Because you name it, you drove it. That's what I call you.
Yeah.
You Mr. You name it, I drove it. That's you. But is there still a car out there that you never got that you still are in search of?
I want that Range Rover.
I knew he was going to. That's alley-oop. You like my alley-oops, right?
Yeah, I definitely want that Range Rover LWB.
LWB.
93, I was trying to buy the Rover. And they kept telling me, you got to put more money down. You got to put more money down. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And she was like, you're approved for the county, but I wanted the LWB. She said, you got to bring $10,000 more. And that's exactly what I said. Damn. I went over to Toyota and got the goddamn Land Cruiser.
He said, so I went over to Toyota and got the Land Cruiser.
Yo, but I was so pissed
right.
driving the Land Cruiser. Everybody loved it. But I felt defeated.
Right.
So when the Rover came out, the 4.6, I got it.
Right.
You understand me? When the Supercharger came out, I got it.
Right.
I bought about 5 Range Rovers in a row.
Wow.
Just because I couldn't get it.
Because you couldn't get it.
Now I want to go back and get the 93 LWB.
Because you didn't get it.
Because it got away from me.
There it is. We're going to make it happen.
Yeah, no. I got to have that.
Right. Mm-hmm. Now, we sitting here in this spot. This is where it all goes down, right?
Yeah, this
right.
is it.
So, we're going to do a little walkthrough, but tell me about this spot. How did you acquire this, and what was your vision for this?
Well, what happened was we were working out of the Harlem for a long time, maybe 20 years.
Okay.
My family sold the building. So now I'm moving to apartments, and it doesn't really work having industrial machines in an apartment.
Right.
Because what happens is your neighbors complaining. Yeah. So I had to go industrial. So I came to the Bronx.
Right.
No disrespect to the Bronx, but I didn't want to come to the Bronx. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Although this is where it all started. But so I came to the Bronx and I got a loft space.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? 3 times what I was paying in an apartment. But the space was incredible.
Yeah, this is a nice space.
Yeah, so we got 3,000 square feet.
Okay.
We divided it in half. My 1,500 square feet is for my workers, where they on the side of sewing.
Okay.
The other side is the think tank, the lounge, where all the stuff happens.
Right.
So we sit here, we watch TV, we vibe with each other. Clients get to sit while they're waiting for their clothes to be done. Right. Altered or finished. They can sit down, relax, watch TV, listen to music. It's a vibe. It's like having it's an apartment, but in a real. I feel like
I'm at your crib right now.
No, and this is what happens. We chill here all day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. And sometimes people just stop by, or clients come and they pick up their clothes and they just sit for 4 or 5 hours.
Right. Now, speaking of clients, and how would a customer or somebody want to get a piece from you? How would they get in touch with you? How do they go about doing that? Because I'm sure they're going to watch this and they're going to want that.
Well, we have a store in Harlem called Harlem Haberdashery.
Okay, what's the address so they know?
245 Lenox Avenue on the corner of Lenox and 122nd, between 122nd and 123rd. We've been there for 10 years. That's something that arrived from doing the custom. Okay. My wife was like, you gotta give something for the general public. They're calling me, they're hitting me, they need something. They need it. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's not just about celebrities. Right. So what we did was we opened up a retail experience so that you can come and you can place an order for custom, or you could pick up a sweatsuit or a suit or whatever. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
So that's the process. You go there to order custom what you want.
Truly. Or you hit me on Instagram or DM me, or somebody you know me, get my number.
Let them know the Instagram.
I am Guy Wood, and then it's 5, that's my personal. 5001 Flavors or Harlem Haberdashery is the website, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Right. Okay. I'm old school, baby.
No, I get it. So
you gotta send a kite.
You gotta send a kite.
You gotta
page him.
You gotta beat me, and
beat him, man.
And we'll find
you. Know what I mean? So real quick, let's run down your discography. Just ramble off. Some of the biggest names you've styled. Real quick, just name, just ramble off.
Prince Marky D, Heavy D.
Okay.
Biggie Smalls, Missy Elliott, Busta Rhymes, Jagged Edge, 112, Total, Faith, the whole
Fat Joe,
Redman, Method Man,
right.
the Wu-Tang Clan, the whole Wu-Tang Clan, everybody, bro. Keith Sweat, Freddie Jackson, Luther Vandross, B.B. King, like
everybody.
Teddy Riley.
I get it, because it's 5,001 flavors, and you only named 30 people.
Yeah,
you still got it. 4,941.
And now we're doing the Baby, we're doing all the new artists.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's different now. I work with stylists, and they don't have to get that directly to me. The stylist knows about me, and then I make,
Right.
I do Nas, I do everybody.
Everybody.
Right. Hove, Puff, Puff's children.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So.
All right. Well, listen, man, you're definitely a fixture in the community. I salute you. We got some flowers in here. We got to get this man his flowers, man. We got to get this man his flowers. Just cash. He said, I don't want flowers, I just want cash. All right, man, so that's what it is, man. Day in the life of BBS Boys, DJ Thorough, Mr. Guy Wood.
Respect.
And like always, when you see us, one knee us, let me pay respects. Yeah.
That was me.
All right?
That was me.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was quick, man.
This
is our sewing facility, our studio.
Okay.
This is where we make all the garments at. So we have my staff here, and it's all consists of men. They work good.
They work good.
Yeah, they love fashion. They love what they do.
Okay.
So, you know what I'm saying? This is where everything goes. Like right here, we're making a jacket for Sugar J, respectfully. Yeah, he's gonna wear this to the BET Award. Okay. He likes pub, so he wouldn't mind me telling you.
Right. Yeah, of course. Shout out to Sugar J.
That's my head tailor.
That's the head tailor right there.
Yeah, right there. He's on the table. That's Ralphie. Me and Pop been together for 30 years working together. All these great garment bags have been done and ready to be shipped out.
And like always, all this is one of one, correct?
One of one, yeah.
One of one.
That's why
Nobody
you
else
come,
will have this. That's
yeah,
why you come here.
That's why you come here.
Right. All right.
You know
so
what I'm saying? And that's my son, Kyle Jr.
Okay.
He has his own brand, Mr. Billionaire.
Mr. Bill, I need to get a loan from him after that.
Yeah, there we go.
All right. So you never know where you're gonna see me, man. Matter of fact, I might have to get something made real quick, man. Let me get something made, a pair of socks or something.
Yeah, this is my 1994 Jaguar. What inspired me to get this, my wife graduated school in 94, Columbia University, and I couldn't afford to get her the car then.
Right.
So I bought it for her for Christmas and gave it to her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So this is a late graduation gift.
To wife.
To wife.
Right.
Yeah. So this is really her car.
If she wanted 90, it had to be 94?
94 was the year she graduated Columbia.
Okay.
Yeah, so I bought it, I put the Columbia plate around it.
Right.
Gave it to her.
Right. Now what else?
Gift.
What other modifications do you have to do?
Well, I changed the steering wheel, changed the shifter.
Okay.
I did new leather, new carpet, new top.
Right.
I ceramic the paint that was already that was already on it.
Right.
So basically that was it.
Right. Now, out of all of your cars, which one is your most favorite, comfortable to drive? It looks pretty comfortable over here.
I probably would say the red, the Benz, the red Benz.
The red Benz.
Yeah,
E320.
The E320.
Right.
Yeah, it's the most comfortable.
Most comfortable.
Yeah, and I like the 852.
You don't see too many Jaguars, especially 94.
Nah,
so,
truly.
So you are really like living up to your name, like with the 5,001 flavors, you know?
Yeah, no, truly.
You can either fit in or stand out. You don't see a lot of Jaguars.
Nah, truly.
You don't see that.
Truly.
Beautiful car, man.
Thank you, my brother.
Yeah.
Bless.
That's it, man.
We it.
In and out, man.
That's it. It's a wrap.
It's a nice key too, man.
You see that? See that?
Look at that key.
Fancy. Different.
See the key? See, it's different. You see that?
Different.
Even the key is different. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
You can either fit in or stand out. Which one?
Like that? A Milan.
Come on, this is a 5,001 flavors key. All right?
This is a 5,001 flavor key.
Yeah,
That's
true.
crazy.
Well, y'all are around the other way. Yeah. So let's
What is that? Velvet?